To Kill a Mockingbird is a novel set in the fictional town of Macomb, Alabama, during the Great Depression. The story is narrated by Jean Louise Finch, also known as Scout, a young girl who lives with her older brother Jem and her father Atticus, a respected lawyer. The novel deals with themes of racial inequality, social injustice, and the loss of innocence. The story begins when Scout and Jem befriend a boy named Dill who comes to spend the summer with his aunt in Macomb. Together, they become fascinated by their reclusive neighbor, Arthur Boo Radley, and devise a plan to lure him out of his house. Meanwhile, Atticus is appointed to defend Tom Robinson, a black man who is falsely accused of raping a white woman named Mayella Ewell. As the trial proceeds, Scout and Jem witness the racism and prejudice that exists in their town. Despite Atticus's best efforts, Tom is found guilty and later killed while trying to escape from prison. The children also face their own challenges as they encounter the harsh realities of the world around them. Throughout the novel, the characters are vividly depicted and fleshed out, with Atticus serving as a moral compass for the reader. Other notable characters include Calpurnia, the family's African-American cook and caretaker, and the mysterious Boo Radley. The book's title refers to Atticus's advice to his children that it is a sin to kill a mockingbird, as they do nothing but bring joy and music to the world. As the story progresses, Scout and Jem learn more about their reclusive neighbor, Arthur Boo Radley, who has not been seen in years. Boo becomes a fascination for the children and they even create a game in which they reenact his alleged crimes. Atticus is appointed by the court to defend a black man, Tom Robinson, who has been accused of raping a white woman. Despite a strong case in Tom's favor, the racism of the town is against him and he is ultimately found guilty. The aftermath of the trial brings about a series of events that ultimately put Scout and Jem in danger. Bob Ewell, the father of the woman who accused Tom, seeks revenge against Atticus and attacks the children on their way home from a school function. In the chaos that ensues, Boo Radley emerges from his home and saves the children, killing Bob Ewell in the process. The local sheriff decides to keep the truth of what happened a secret, protecting Boo from the publicity and potential legal trouble. Next, the trial of Tom Robinson begins. Atticus defends Tom, but the town is against him due to Tom being a black man accused of raping a white woman. Despite Atticus's best efforts, Tom is found guilty and ultimately killed while trying to escape from prison. The unfairness of the trial and Tom's death deeply affects Scout and Jem, and they struggle to come to terms with the injustice. The story climaxes when Scout and Jem are attacked on their way home from a school play, and Boo Radley, a reclusive neighbor who they had been scared of for years, comes to their rescue. It is revealed that Boo had been watching over the children and had even left them presents in a tree. Scout finally sees Boo as a human being and not just a scary figure. To Kill a Mockingbird explores themes of racism, prejudice, justice, and innocence. It is a powerful and poignant story that has become a beloved classic of American literature. As Scout and Jem return home from a Halloween party, they are attacked by an unknown assailant. In the chaos, Scout is knocked unconscious, but Jem is rescued and carried home by a mysterious stranger. The attacker is later revealed to be Bob Ewell, the abusive and racist father of the girl whom Tom Robinson was accused of assaulting. After the attack, Scout and Jem receive a visit from a man named Arthur Radley, also known as Boo, who has been a reclusive figure in the neighborhood for years. Scout finally meets the man who has been the subject of many rumors and legends throughout her childhood. She realizes that Boo has been watching over them and leaving them gifts in the knothole of a tree near his house. Scout and Jem come to see Boo as a friend, rather than a monster. In the end, Atticus is unable to save Tom Robinson, who is found guilty and later killed while trying to escape from prison. Despite this devastating loss, Scout and Jem learn valuable lessons about courage, empathy, and the importance of standing up for what is right. The novel ends with Scout looking out over her neighborhood, realizing that she has finally come to understand the complicated world in which she lives. To Kill a Mockingbird is a powerful and poignant novel that has become a classic of American literature. Its themes and messages are still relevant today, and it continues to be taught in schools and read by millions of people around the world.